Hey team, it's time for an early career designer's portfolio review. I'm Megan Thomas and I'm a senior UX designer with almost 10 years of experience in enterprise software design. I've taught and mentored over 300 early career designers through UC Berkeley's UX UI Design Bootcamp. In this video, I'm going to review an early career designer's portfolio and share my thoughts as a senior designer. My goal is to provide actionable feedback to help them succeed as they look for a job in the UX industry. Join me for a stream of consciousness walkthrough as I assess one of their case studies. Remember, mine is just one opinion. Make sure to get multiple perspectives before making any changes. All right, let's dive into the review and learn together. Hi friends, you know what time it is. You know exactly what I am. I'm not going to say it anymore. Just kidding. You know I'm going to slip up. I'm going to tell you how excited I am. I'm actually super thrilled because I love being introduced to new technology. There is almost nothing, aside from like cupcakes, there is almost nothing that gets me more excited than finding out about a new technology or a new SaaS product or a platform that I just haven't been exposed to yet. So I'm thrilled to bring you Isis Atena's portfolio. Why did I forget that word? Today, because it's on a new thing. Let me move my face. Look at this. Create your bento. You know I'm going to click on this. Let's get back down there. A link in bio, but rich. What? Rich what? What does it say? A link in bio, but this hovered onto view page source. Give me this. Oh no, you got a link in bio, but rich and beautiful. Okay, fine. So it's a bento. The good ones are still available. You know I'm going to sign up. Grab my link. Damn right it's available. I'm a special snowflake. All right. Now I am taking time away from Isis, but you know, this is fun. Y'all don't need to, wait, I have to sign up for this now? All right. I'm not going to sign up for this because y'all are going to see my password. That would be really silly of me, wouldn't it? But what I love here is that we can connect things from our Figma. We can connect Instagram. Thank you for calling it Twitter and not X. I refuse to acknowledge that. We got LinkedIn, Dribbble, GitHub. This is super cool. This is really fun. So I'm going to stop poking around on stuff that is none of my business just yet. But you know I'm going to sign up. All right, I'm just excited at how cute this is. And I did take a look at this earlier because Isis has really, really cool visual and animated designs. There's some UX UI designs in here. Audio editing, that's freaking cool. Fine art, I paint things. Thanks for coming over and visiting me. Like, this is awesome. This is a really different kind of portfolio. Now, I'm not sure what this experience is going to be like when I click through to see UX UI design work, but for now, let's be real, this is precious. So it opens to her LinkedIn, opens to a resume. What is this? Sweet. Oh, it's on a Notion site. Cool. I wonder if I'm able to download this. Now I just realized I could be very, very wrong about this. We should check in and find out, do hiring managers actually care if it's a PDF or if it's a Word document? Like, I haven't opened a Word document in I don't know how long. My company's on Gmail, or on Google. So this is really interesting. I don't know if it totally meets the needs of the hiring managers, but I really like that. Oh, wait, you've got your downloadable resume here. Well, in that case, never mind. Don't disregard that last 2 minutes. Top 5 strengths. This is just smart. Give people enough information for them to go, oh, well, that's interesting. That's something that I did not have about every other person in the application process. This is super, super cool. Top voice of UX design on LinkedIn, 98% boost in user satisfaction, pioneered remote design sessions, restructured a file room for efficient access, showcasing problem-solving skills, led to a 30% increase in followers and client numbers. Wait, did the rearranging the file room lead to an increase in followers? I might even make this a little bit more bullet point. Make it a little bit more powerful by not overwhelming people with the information. So what is the most important? Give them 2 lines, maybe 3. This is a thing that I see on a lot of early career. Let's be real. I see it on a lot of resumes because something in the late 90s, early 2000s really got stuck on people's head. They have to have an executive summary, and you don't. Nobody's reading it. They are going down to find what is the important stuff. that I need to know about. So this is really interesting, but like tighten it up, make sure people know what are you looking for on this resume and what are you going to find here. But I'm not a resume reviewer, so that's not the point of what we're doing here. Let's look at your UX UI design. Okay, so these both go to the same link, it looks like. I'm hovering over these, comparing. All right, looks like the same thing, so that's great. Let's design. I love all of these little illustrations. It's so fun. I also love my emoji. I wish it would let me make it a little bit more pink in the hair, but whatever. UX UI or a UI UX designer based in West Virginia. 10 plus years of experience in Adobe CC and digital design. Focus area for the past works has been prototyping UI with, more recently, Figma. You can see some of my works in design thinking process here. Still have some customers with whom I'm working, prototyping, and waiting for their projects to take the next steps. Amazing. Mail to. This is really clever. This is a really nice interactive thing. All right. Graphic design and visual deliverables about me, and see my resume. It's free. That's amazing, honestly. Please share your feedback or suggestions here. Wow, that is, I mean, honestly, you don't see that a lot. What's going on here? Is it just a form intake? Wow. You know what? That is so smart. I wonder if you're actually getting any responses here. But Isis, you're going above and beyond to make sure that you are demonstrating a willingness to learn and eagerness to improve and the desire to just be the best designer that you can be for the people that you're trying to pitch your services to. This is awesome. All right. Organica. Okay, so UI UX brand app, UI UX brand app, visual identity. I'm going to go with this because it is, is it personal project? Let me click on that. Independent stakeholder, DICA. Do I want to see? I know I want to see them all. Work in progress, team of 3. Got some Figma stuff here. Assistance guide for complications, crises, and adversities. Okay, interesting. Guys, this is fun. Organica Women's Health and Wellness app landing page. This is a personal project. Now, what makes it a personal project? Is that you don't have stakeholders? Tell me more. Let's see. Captivating world of Organica, an app designed to empowering women's health and wellness. This UX UI design personal project embodies the essence of female well-being, seamlessly merging functionality with aesthetics to create an immersive digital experience. All right. So I love that you've got this drop-down stuff, and I love that you've got some information here. I also love that you've got like a visual to start with so that people are excited about this. This is not the typical layout for a UX design case study, which actually works in your favor. People are a little bit more excited to like lean into something that they haven't seen yet, but it also may kind of bite you a little bit because people don't inherently like, weirdly, we're not all inherently curious, which is something that I find to be, oh, wow. Oh, that on-page navigation is helpful. Look at that. Holy crap. Ideation, what is it? Stakeholders and team. This is interesting. I feel like you've done a great job communicating how you can organize and structure information in a logical and meaningful way. I feel like this, wow, see my organizational skills. It is actually kind of overwhelming because this is so different from what we typically see. There's a lot to take in, and I'm feeling like I want to click in so many places. Now, this is also coming from someone who is strictly reviewing portfolios. I don't have an open position that I'm looking for. So what I typically imagine is that as a hiring manager, I'm putting myself into, or I'm going to need to, as a hiring manager, I need to fill a role in my team. I need to know if this person can actually deliver on the skills that they claim to have. And because it's so different from the typical layout, it almost feels like I've forgotten where I need to be and what I need to do here. So this may be, let's be real, this may be an ADHD thing. This may be Megan has been working on the computer all day and is maybe a little distracted, has a lot of things going on, but doesn't every hiring manager. So know that maybe this is actually a lot of information and we should minimize some of the stuff that just isn't quite as necessary. Like this up here, super helpful, but is that the information that a hiring manager needs to know? I would almost rather see, once again, something big and beautiful and splashy at the front to help me understand what's going on here, because I still don't actually know what is Organica. I know it's a personal project and it's a website and it's for women's empowerment in health. But is it just a website? It says you've got an app here. I'm just kind of confused, honestly. Freelancer, 1, interesting. I just love that you've broken this down. But yeah, it's a little overwhelming. Okay. Figma file and then the visual. Yeah, I'd rather see something like the visual up here instead of just the logo, but let's find out. So this is you. You are building this, I think, for your own empowerment, maybe to connect with other women. Tell me what this is, because this is reading like a marketing page, but it's targeting no one. So I know as a person who identifies as a woman, I should be here. Sorry, I think that just showed up on the screen. Sorry, I missed my mouse. But what is the goal of the project? So it embodies the essence of female well-being. It doesn't. This is a UX project, and a UX project does not embody the essence of female well-being. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you building a community around women's well-being? Is this something for users to come to? Is this just, I want to put some information out into the world about this? I need to know more about it, and it's not actually very compelling. So merging functionality with aesthetics, how? What are you doing? What is it? And this is it's an app landing page. Okay. What is it for? Assist the user to understand the functional core of the app and download it. Also subscribe for Organica plans. Okay. So this is a sales web page, and that is totally fine. I want to know how this relates to the user experience and how are you going to measure success? What tells me that a single page is going to solve the user's needs? Have we identified what the user's needs are? Because it doesn't feel like this is a UX project. Let's find out. It's an informative landing page. Double check that. You got an extra word there. And again, all of this, great section, great information, architecture, but I still don't know what I'm looking at. So if I was a hiring manager, I would probably wander away at this point because this is not as compelling. So we've got an Organica landing page. Okay, so you have a video, but it's not yet an actual app. This is good. I like it. I love that the music. I love that you've showed us this. I would almost rather that you talk through what your vision is for it and kind of talk over that music, lower the music in the background, and tell me, why did I create this page? What is this app for? Tie this in for me together as a user experience, because right now this is just visual. Okay, we've got some research. I might put that label directly above the content. Otherwise, I missed that research and I felt like I'm just being dropped into a survey. Totally interesting, but maybe shift this image above to page break between the introduction to the project and then the research section. You invited 05 participants, just put 5. 05 feels like you're talking to computers, and 5 says I'm talking to humans. So make sure you're speaking to the humans who might use your website. You invited them for a survey using Google Forms. So you only asked for 5 participants for a survey, or you only got 5 participants to take part in a survey. So they responded promptly. This is interesting, but I'm going to tell you this is meaningless. So 40%, 40%, and 20%. 40% is 2 people. So this is not impactful knowledge if you only got 5 people to participate in a survey. And I'm going to be really honest. This tells me you didn't try terribly hard to get a lot of people to give you information on the survey. Were you only looking for people that already met your specific age range or were just female? Give me more information, because this isn't meaningful data. Like, be real. 5 survey responses. I would rather see 5 customer interviews than just 5 survey responses. It's not enough data for you to have meaningful results. So that's going to tell me that the rest of these design things, you didn't actually do user research. Have they actually already heard about a women's health app? I mean, yes, there are a lot of them out there. So this isn't a question that is necessarily helping you make a design decision. What does have they already heard about a women's health app before tell you about what you're designing? It doesn't tell me that it's helping you make a design decision. That says, have you ever heard of a women's health app? And if you're a human on this planet, you've probably heard something about this. So this didn't help you make a design decision. That might be a marketing decision, but this isn't user experience necessarily. What features do they think are most appealing of any women's health and wellness app that would appeal? So you're trying to find out what would be helpful to include in this app. So you are conducting market research. Okay. Have they seen these before? This is a really startlingly large image. It feels like maybe we could reconfigure this. We've seen these features in competitors before. Yes, somewhat prominently. No, not very. Yes, very. And again, with only 5 respondents, this is not telling me that you're able to make a good decision moving forward. These are a lot of features that could possibly go into an app. And right now we're doing fake user research. I also could get some useful information coming from open questions, as you can see below. What I could get from the survey about what else users want, tips on nutrition for mature women's self-defense, interesting. Menopause, pain points. All right, so this is interesting. Given that it sounds like you only got 5 respondents to the survey, it's going to be, I'm wondering how you drew these pain points out, because I didn't see anything where it said that you actually spoke to customers or users of women's wellness apps. So why are we talking about the complex navigation when we don't even have an idea of who the competitors are that this navigation belongs to? Data privacy concerns. That's a legitimate concern from even only 5 people. That's totally fine. Concerned about the privacy and security of their personal health data. That's fantastic. So I'm wondering if you've also looked at like data privacy around the Apple Health Kit information, the stuff that is provided and tracked on board an Apple, an iOS device. Could be interesting. Right now, I am not sure that this is anything more than a generic statement. That's fine. Ineffective motivation. While regular apps aim to inspire and empower users on their wellness journey, some users may struggle with staying motivated and consistent in using the app's features. Okay. That is a fact for using all apps. Okay, I appreciate that. Let's see. So the goals of this project for Organica are to inspire, educate, and empower women on their journey to holistic well-being. All right, this is the first time we've heard the word holistic well-being. So I'm starting to get a general idea of what this app could be. Personalized wellness plans, and then creating an attractive landing page that aligns with the app's branding and maintains a consistent user experience. These are very different goals. This feels like a goal for a website or an app. This definitely feels like a goal for a website or an app. This is the goal for your project, creating an attractive landing page. Why can I not highlight this? Oh my gosh, it's a struggle. I'm curious at this point if you have taken on a UX project and know how to differentiate between like a daily UI challenge. Can I make a landing page versus a UX project, and what those goals might be. So right now I'm feeling like maybe you've done a lot of visual design and we're trying to apply the UX process to a visual design, but I'm not sure we're getting there. Let's see some challenges that you found it helpful to work on the following topics to meet the identified demands: content strategy, determining what content to prioritize. I mean, you need to identify what content to create. This sounds like we're creating things from scratch, and how to present it can be a challenge. Users should quickly understand the app's value and unique selling points. Competition and market analysis. Yes, you should understand how similar apps in the market present their landing pages. Okay, so we're talking about building an app. We're creating research to define what should go into that app, but we're not actually designing or building the app. We're just doing an app landing page. This feels like a visual challenge we're trying to apply the UX process in reverse to. Regulatory and accessibility considerations, fantastic, love this. Again, these are very different things. An app landing page and an app, like regulatory and accessibility considerations, you don't have any regulatory considerations for an app landing page. That's just a sales page, a marketing page, a landing page for you to promote this app. But there are a lot of things that you need to consider for the app itself. And I don't know that we're working on that project. But these are all really good challenges to address if we're working on an app. I refined the research into 2 personas. Okay, so I'm trying to understand the difference between these 2 personas, because for me, the only real difference I see is, well, they're a different age women. These people have the same needs. From what I see, these people have the same needs when it comes to an app landing page. They need to know that it is relevant to them and that it is going to meet their needs. And these goals are very similar and the frustrations are very similar. So I'm not sure that these are 2 personas that we've done a lot of user research that helps drive the personas. These feel like they are based on fake research. So they're not very meaningful to me at assessing whether or not you understand how to conduct research and how to turn that research into a user persona. Something I would suggest in this case is maybe a behavioral archetype. These people have the same needs. They want to go to the website or they want to use an app that helps them track health and women's health and well-being needs. Again, I still don't really know what the topic of this app is about, but they seem like they're doing the same thing. They, just because they live by themselves or live with their husband, or they're a little more tech savvy, a little bit less tech savvy, this does not change the fact that they both have the same needs for finding out information about this app. So I would combine this and I would look into understanding a behavioral archetype before presenting personas that do not feel like they've actually been supported by research. They're pretty, they look good. Your visual design skills are on point. User journey maps. So here's something that I want to point out. These are the exact same journey. You have changed the look of what the information is, but this is the exact same journey. So this is a validation to the hiring manager that, once again, we're just doing fake research and we're using really pretty visuals to say that these are very different people. Compare apps. Always in a hurry, but wants to compare apps before installing them. Tired of looking for an app with everything that she looks for. Is she really that tired? Does Jane stay up at night thinking, God, I really cannot find this app? No, she moves on with her life. So I would consider whether or not these are actually the same behavioral archetype. And I would reconsider that user journey, because really and truly, like, there's not a lot of like user journey happening once you have reached a website, especially when it's a single page landing page for an app. There's not much user journey. There is some, but I'm not seeing how these tie together in an effective way. So we've got some specific objectives, cohesive plans page with straight to the point descriptions, warming community with a forum and the freedom for users to create topics, clean interface, big letters, good contrast. I love all that. A quiz that shows a better plan for each user. Again, that is an entire UX project right there. Multiple target demographics, age-oriented niches, nutrition according to age, special diets. That's the same thing. Tips and videos about self-defense. Interesting. Health trackers such as weight and menstrual cycle. Again, are you really wanting to get into weight and menstrual cycle tracking, or do you just want to rely on the health kit data and surface it in new and interesting ways? Because this is a lot of work, and I don't know that it is really part of the scope of what you're building. Language. Great. UI design, I would probably consider adding another full screen picture like you did before research, so that we have like clear breaks between the case study. You've got some sketches. That's cute. User flows. This is actually a sitemap, not a user flow. I mean, not in the way that we're necessarily thinking about user flows. So this is a decision point rather than in what you've actually, so you've got this action square here, which is saying that the person must make a decision, but they're not actually making a decision because they're just selecting where they want to go to on the navigation. So this is not really an action point. This is not a user journey map. This is information on the page. I'm curious if definition, metrics, awards, core values, and timeline are the same thing as reset password email, because you're using a visual here that says this is an offsite action. That is typically what we would use in a user journey or a user task flow to indicate that this is something that happens off of the app or on a different page or something, but you're using that same image or that same indicator here. And I don't think that's actually what you mean to do. So this is not technically a user flow. I actually want to know if I come to the website, and remember, now you're looking at plans, contact, login. Are these pages on the website? Yeah, this is a navigation. This is a sitemap, not a user flow. Competitive analysis, pursuing, fill all the gaps, and come double check your what your semantics are for this sentence. Okay. To meet the gaps or fill the gaps and meet the necessities of our users, I checked how the layout, functions, and design of the main wellness and women's health apps used to operate. Calm, flow, and cycles. This is specifically for pregnancy and women's health. That is not even the same thing as Calm, which is just about mental wellness and sleep. I would love to know more about why you decided to review these and what information you took from this. Otherwise, it's just images saying you looked at these. I need more meaning to the competitive analysis, and tell me what you compared. What were the different outcomes of reviewing these? What were you looking for, and where were some of them strong and others not strong? What did you decide from creating this mood board and creating a competitive analysis? Developed a brand identity. So this feels like your major space that you spend time in is the Organica and the visual identity. This feels good. This totally aligns with what other work I see you have. So that's fantastic. You've created a design system. Okay. Text length, line length, text sizes, and text reader software. Okay, that's great. Guidelines with tab order for developers about how text reader software such as VoiceOver, NVIDIA, and JAWS will be able to read the content in the correct order, avoiding keyboard traps and other inconveniences. This is huge. That's amazing. I love that you've got it called out as accessibility. I don't know that I would call accessibility and inspiration as part of the same thing. So calling out that you understand accessibility is fantastic. Lean into that. That is valuable skills. All right. Design system, grid style, mock-up screens, landing page screens. So these must be the pages or the sections of the page, or what happens when you click on things. I would double check that this actually has enough opacity to make sure that people can read this text. This dotted line doesn't typically look like a text entry box, so I think people might find it difficult to know where they're supposed to click. So I would check that. How can we help you achieve your goals? Is this a quiz? Am I supposed to toggle these? What if I toggle all of them? What changes about the experience for me if I only track one, or if I track all of them? Join us and be part of our club. Again, this is white text on a very light white background is not accessible. So you've called out accessibility, but we've got some broken accessibility issues. I would consider making that significantly darker. Maybe go with this deep orange that you've decided as a visual color. It's a beautiful layout. I really love your visual design styles, but this is not a UX project. I would consider, honestly, I would take this and go, I made this beautiful landing page. I would consider readdressing some of that user research and finding out whether or not you're actually able to, I would maybe start working on the app. I would maybe break that down into something that's a little bit more meaningful than a landing page. This looks really, really good though. You've got absolutely fantastic layout and visual design skills. So I'm excited for that. Definitely consider working with another UX designer, someone who has no visual design skills, maybe. There's lots of us, I promise. And consider, consider making this into a little bit more of a robust project and take it to the next step. How would you build an app if this is what you were building? Now that you've figured out that you want to focus on this women's health and wellness, maybe take it a step further. Definitely sharpen this in the next project with stakeholders. Fruitful insights never considered before by a team. Open questions bring fruitful insights never considered before by a team. I wouldn't say never considered before, because as Shakespeare says, no, was it Shakespeare? Nothing's new under the sun, and something about 10,000 monkeys and could eventually produce the works of Shakespeare. So let's not make absolute statements. Best way to find conclusions about a user-centered design is asking users what are their needs. Love it. Give your insights about the case study. You've got other projects here. I'm really excited about your growth. Isis, I know you have amazing visual design skills. I think you're going to spend some more time working on UX skills, but this is a really fantastic start. I hope that this was helpful information, and I genuinely hope you find some great success in your career. Thanks for joining me today, everybody, and I'll see you next week for another early career designer portfolio review, which I will be excited about. All right, talk to you later.